The United States and Iran have warned each other that they are prepared for war as the clock ticked on a ceasefire, while uncertainty persisted over the talks in Islamabad. The White House said that Vice President J.D. Vance was ready to fly back to the Pakistani capital for a second round of talks on ending the war. But Iran's cleric-run government declined to confirm that it would participate and accused the U.S. of violating the truce through the seizure of a ship in the Strait of Hormuz and its blockade of Iranian ports. Well, U.S. President Donald Trump said his country will not lift its blockade until a deal has been reached with Iran. This was again in a post on social media. Trump said that he is under no pressure to make a deal, dismissing reports suggesting otherwise. However, he added that an agreement would be reached relatively quickly and that the new deal would be better than the old one. Now, he was referring to the Joint Comprehensive Plan of Action, the JCPOA, which Trump himself had walked out of during his first term in the White House in 2018. JCPOA is a pact which curbed Iran's uranium enrichment program in exchange for sanctions. However, the U.S., during Trump's first term, as I mentioned, they withdrew from this pact. Now, Trump told Bloomberg News that it was highly unlikely that he would extend the two-week truce. He separately told PBS News that Iran was supposed to be there at the talks, warning that if the ceasefire expires, then lots of bombs will start to go off. Iran, however, has cleared that it would not accept negotiations under the shadow of threats. The country's parliament speaker, Mohammad Bagher Ghalibaf, threatened that they have been preparing to show new cards on the battlefield if the war resumes. Strong posturing coming in from both sides as a second round of talks still does not seem possible at this point. It seems unclear. Since the start of the war on February 28th, a number of new sticking points have emerged, like the Strait of Hormuz, alongside old challenges which never got resolved, including Iran's nuclear program, particularly its stock of enriched uranium, that is, which Iran says it will never give up to the US. Iran's foreign minister on social media said, I am quoting Arakchi here, we do not need our rights to be acknowledged or accepted. Our rights already exist. We want our rights to be respected. As the talks are in limbo, Russia has called for the Iran-US ceasefire to be extended beyond its expiry on Wednesday and stressed diplomatic efforts to resolve the war. And this was following a call between the Russian and Iranian foreign ministers. My colleague Susan sent us more details on this evolving situation. She sends us this report from New York. Let's listen in.
Mixed messaging from the United States and Iran as the ceasefire ends Wednesday evening, Washington time, and President Trump calling an extension, quote unquote, highly unlikely if no deal is reached. Despite that, J.D. Vance and other top U.S. officials are expected to depart on Tuesday for Islamabad for a potential second round of talks with Iran. Iran is publicly, at least, pushing back hard. Its foreign ministry says that the U.S. violated the ceasefire from the start by imposing the naval blockade and sees no clear prospect for productive negotiations right now. However, reports say that the Iranians will likely also show up in Islamabad as the clock ticks for Wednesday evening when that ceasefire runs out. Susan Tehrani reporting from New York for WION World is One.